It is 3:30 on a Thursday afternoon. Nowhere near the height of rush hour, really. And yet the traffic is horrendous. This is Staines Road heading east towards the junction of Wellington Road North and Wellington Road South. But there's a huge tailback here. It's going to be an awful lot worse in rush hour. There's a very specific reason why the traffic is so bad. And I'll show you why when we get there. Look at this, not moving at all. The reason is the timing of the traffic lights in the junction between Staines Road and Wellington Road. The time of the lights is used very inefficiently. In particular, the phase of the lights where you want to turn right, heading east on Staines Road and then turning right into Wellington Road South. The green light phase for that turning is incredibly short. It's inadequate. That green light right turning phase only lets through about 4 cars at a time. It's green for maybe 12 seconds, 15 seconds if you're lucky. Why is this a problem? It's a problem because the right turning queue builds up. It gets longer and longer and longer. So if you want to turn right and you're in the right turning queue, you can be stuck in that queue for several phases before you finally get through on green. But here's the thing, the right turning queue builds up so far, it gets so long, that it goes longer than the point at which the lanes diverge. So there are potentially 3 lanes. There's straight on, left and right. Left is a bus lane. You can see the bus lane on our left here. So we can't drive in the bus lane. You can only move into the bus lane if you're actually turning left. There's straight on, and then there's right. But currently we are before that point of divergence. We're in the only lane that cars can use. And what happens is the right turning queue builds up so long that it passes this point. What that means is even if you want to go straight on, you can have a situation whereby the lights for going straight on are green, but actually there are no cars going through them. It's completely clear. They're green and no one's going through. Because anyone who wants to go straight on, they can't go in the bus lane on the left, and the right turning queue has gone so far back that they're stuck behind the right turning queue. So the timing of the lights is being used incredibly inefficiently. The solution, of course, would be to increase the time of the right turning green phase. It doesn't have to be by an enormous amount. And the whole timing of all the lights doesn't even have to be significantly increased, because a lot of that time that we want to increase the right turning green phase by could be taken from the straight on queue. Now, as I've been talking, as it happens, it looks like much of this right turning queue has cleared, so I have joined this queue. But what I will often do, even though I want to turn right, is I will actually go straight on, and I will make my turning down Cromwell Road instead of Wellington Road South. Now, Cromwell Road is horrible. It's narrow, there are humps. Oh, look at this. Cromwell Road has humps, it has a school, it has parked cars. You keep having to stop and give way to other cars, it's quite slow. But what I find is that it's usually faster to go straight on and turn down the inhospitable Cromwell Road than it is to wait here for the ring of Wellington Road South. All because of these lights. Actually, I count myself lucky today that I've only had to now wait for 2 phases. I was in the right turning queue waiting for one, and then I came to the light that turned red. This is the second phase. Only 2 phases today. Normally it's 3 or sometimes 4. And it's not what you want. You just want to get home. And bear in mind, this is only 3:30. It's not the peak of rush hour. I've started work early today. I get up early to come into work early and finish early, specifically for this reason, that the traffic is even worse. If I finished at 5, you could be stuck in a huge tailback down Staines Road. Even worse. Come on, move. Oh, and now this doesn't help. There are some temporary lights here, but nobody's ever doing any work on them. There's some roadworks, but they don't care. They don't care about anyone's inconvenience. This is a major artery, but you know what they should be doing is working 24/7 to get the work done. But they don't care about that. They don't want to pay workers round the clock, so they will start late and they'll knock off early, so the working time during the day is minimized and the inconvenience is maximized. Always maximum inconvenience to drivers. They don't care. Yes, the people who make these decisions don't have to suffer these queues themselves. Long hard day at work and just stuck in traffic. Again, it's worth repeating, this is only just past 3:30. It's not the peak of rush hour, so it can get an awful lot worse than this. Yes, I know the time on my dash cam says 12 minutes past 5. That's wrong, I need to adjust that. One thing that the authorities could do, I don't know if it's the council or the highways agency or TfL, who knows, I'm going to find out. One thing they could do is adjust the timing of those lights that we've just come through. Make them green for longer in that right turning lane. It doesn't have to be an enormous time, just enough so at least you can clear the queue of people who are waiting. As it happens right now with these temporary lights on Wellington Road South, there's a tailback down here anyway when these lights are red, so maybe a longer green phase on that right turn wouldn't help all that much today, but normally when there are not these temporary lights, it certainly would. Oh, look at this now. They've even neglected to keep clear zones here, so we're stuck behind someone who wants to turn right. And what this is doing is it's making the cube behind me jammed up, so even though those lights are green, which I've now just passed through, there will still be cars waiting to go through and deprived of the opportunity to go through because of ill thought out roadworks. It seems like decisions are taken on the basis of maximum inconvenience to people, maximum stupidity. Go on then, just one. Lights are in my favour. I could actually do my journey between home and work. I could do that journey in just over 5 minutes. It's lovely. So yes, compared to a lot of my colleagues' commutes, I mean, some people travel an hour and a half, even 2 hours. They come in from a long way away. So yes, compared to them, I'm fortunate I live quite close to my workplace. I could conceivably do it in 5 minutes, but the thing that annoys me is the lack of efficiency. So 5 minutes on a good day, it doesn't just increase to 10 minutes when there's traffic, it can increase to 25 minutes or more in the rush hour. So a 5-fold increase in the journey time simply because of stupidity, inefficiency, poor decisions, which need not be the case. We all understand that in the rush hour there are more cars on the road, there's going to be traffic, journey times are going to lengthen. That's understandable, that's normal, nothing much we can do about that. But the problem is hugely exacerbated by these poor planning decisions, inefficient traffic management. So yes, I've gone south down Wellington Road south, and now I've turned right. This road is now near my home, but even having to go out of my way on back of myself, those days when I go down Cromwell Road, it's faster than having to do this in that right turning queue. I'm going to submit this video to someone, hopefully, who can see what a farce it is. Maybe someone who can even make the decision to adjust the timing of those lights.